So this is a quick video about LED lights in the dashboard of an OBS Ford. In this case, this is a 93 F250. And I've gone ahead and put LEDs in every single spot. Um, so the illumination ones behind the gauges, those are all working. You can see it comes on. The other ones do too. It's kind of hard to see at this point. And there's a lot of people that will say to not replace certain bulbs with LEDs. So the ones they typically say, if we look here on our other gauge, the ABS, which would be this one, which I have replaced, and then also the battery, which let me check here just to make sure I've got the right one. Yeah, so the battery one, the battery one is this one, I'm pretty sure. And I did replace that. Just because I'm curious. I don't understand the rationale of why you can't. They say that it won't charge or something. So I just want to test that. I'm gonna start the truck and we'll see if if the alternator's charging or not. Other people have said it just stays on. Same with the ABS light. So we'll see if that happens or not. I don't really see why that would be the case. This truck, I don't think it has any kind of bulb monitoring. You know, a modern car would check the resistance, and it wouldn't. That's why the LEDs don't necessarily work in modern cars. But in this old one, I don't see why that would be the case, because I don't think it has anything like that. And if you think about it, you know, if the battery bulb being wrong would prevent it from charging, that means every time this little bulb would burn out, then you'd be stranded because your alternator would stop working. I don't think that that's the case, but I'm going to test that. We'll see. I'm very curious about that myself. So you can see when you turn the key, and the idiot lights come on, most of them anyways. I got most of them working. There's a couple, like the seat belt light up here. I don't know why that's not coming on. I don't know why the 4x4 low range ones aren't coming on. And then what's that other one? Oh, the brake light. So I have the parking brake on right now and it's not coming on. So that's not good, but I don't think they were coming on with the regular incandescents either. So I think I have a wiring issue there. But and another thing, so there is a video showing you how to take apart the dash to this point. I haven't even pulled out the fuel switch. I just left it dangling here because it's a pain to get out. So I will link that video showing you how to pull this apart. And the other thing is, in that video, he doesn't show you how to actually pull the bulbs out because they're pretty deep in these little pockets. So what I did here is I took my needle nose pliers and I put Tessa tape on each of the jaws. And then you can just reach in and carefully, don't want to shatter it, just grab the bulb and pull it out. And you can do the same to put them back in. You got to be very careful with how you angle them to get them in there. And then once you've got them kind of on the socket, you can just push them in with your finger, the last little bit. And just make sure they're seated correctly, because you might think your bulbs aren't working, but they're just, they're a little bit finicky with how they seat. These are the LEDs I'm using. I'll link to, I got these off Amazon, like a 30 pack, I think. I'll link these below. I like these. They're not super bright, which is what I want. I don't actually want my dash lights to be really bright in my face all the time. And they seem to be kind of a 360-degree illumination, which is nice because you don't have to worry about pointing them. And they're also the same exact size as the incandescent, which is nice. You can go with a larger bulb because you have these big pockets here, but I don't see the point because, like I said, I don't want these to be super bright. It's just nice having them be LEDs because they typically won't burn out very often. So you don't have to worry about that. And, you know, they take a little less power, so that's kind of nice. And they're a whiter light, so it kind of looks a little bit better, I think. At least the ones that are hidden. I don't necessarily like the white light if it's just if it's an illumination bulb, like in one of the actual lights. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna start the truck and we'll see what happens here. So let's see. I think it's all hooked up. Let's go ahead and see if it'll start. No. Hang on here. Okay, I think I didn't have it in park, so let's go ahead and see if it'll start now. There we go, it started. And okay, I think that's the ABS light. It's still on. The battery light's not on. It looks like it's charging. It's got a pretty high voltage there, so I think the battery one might be a myth. You might be okay there, but I will. I'm gonna follow up on that. If it seems to be working, I'll drive it around a little bit and see what happens. The ABS light, I guess that the ABS light. Let me check. Yeah, that one might not be a myth because it's still on. So let me put an incandescent in there and see what happens. Hang on. All right, well, let's see. So I did shut it off. So let's see if it does come on. And it goes right off. That's interesting. So I guess the ABS light you have to leave as an incandescent. The battery light seems fine. I just put the multimeter on the battery. With it running, I got 14.75, which seems perfect. Off, I get 12.98 or something. Again, perfect, healthy battery, fully charged. So yeah, I think you're good to replace all these lights with LED. I also checked the low range light and the 4x4 light. Those both came on when they should have. So the only ones I'm having issues with is the brake light and the ABS light. The brake one, I think that's just something's wired wrong in my truck. The ABS, I don't know. You may not be able to replace that one, or it'll just stay on, which is strange. But yeah, hope that helps you. If you want to replace your things with LEDs, it is a nice little project. It's also nice to get in there and clean everything out. Got nice clean gauges. Yeah, I think it makes it look like a much nicer truck. Get all those lights working. So thanks for watching. All right, so it's nighttime now, so you can kind of see how the things look. I think they look pretty good. Everything seems to be working, and they are dimmable, as you can see, which is nice. I didn't know if they were. I will say there's a little bit of light leaking out from underneath those dials, so I may need to adjust those a little bit, but besides that, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah,